Have you ever wondered why mornings in Japan often look so calm, almost effortless? No frantic rushing, no half-awake stumbling through chaos, no sense that the day has already gone wrong before it even begins. It's not that people there don't have busy lives. Tokyo alone is one of the most crowded cities on Earth, yet somehow the morning feels ordered, intentional, quietly powerful. If you walk through a Japanese neighborhood just after sunrise, you might notice small details that don't seem dramatic on their own. Curtains sliding open, a window lifted to let in cool air, someone sweeping the entrance of their home, a student stepping out neatly dressed, bag prepared, expression steady. There is movement, but not panic. Purpose, but not pressure. This sense of ease isn't accidental. It comes from a set of habits repeated day after day, shaped by culture, environment, and a deep respect for rhythm. Instead of trying to conquer the morning, the Japanese approach it as something to align with, like stepping into a current rather than fighting the tide. To understand how this works, we need to look at the small choices made before most people are even fully awake, because what appears simple on the surface is actually built on discipline, awareness, and preparation. Let's begin with the foundation of it all. Number 1. Waking at the same time. Every day, imagine your body as a clock that resets itself each morning. When that clock is confused, everything feels harder. You wake up groggy, your thoughts move slowly, and even simple tasks seem heavy. But when that clock is steady, mornings become smoother, almost automatically. In Japan, many people rise at nearly the same time every day, even on weekends. This consistency trains the body's internal rhythm, allowing sleep and wakefulness to fall into place without struggle. Instead of relying on multiple alarms or bursts of willpower, they rely on habit. Over time, the body begins to wake naturally, often just before the alarm sounds. This pattern is reinforced by structured daily schedules. Work, school, transportation, even television programming follow predictable timing. Life itself becomes a framework that supports regular sleep rather than disrupting it. There is also a cultural element at play. Waking up late is often associated with disorder or lack of discipline, while rising on time reflects reliability and self-control. It's less about productivity and more about harmony with the day ahead. The result is subtle but powerful. When you wake at the same hour consistently, your energy stabilizes, your mood steadies, and the morning no longer feels like a battle. Number 2. Opening windows to start the day. As soon as many Japanese households wake, one of the first actions is opening the windows. It's a quiet gesture, but it carries deep meaning. Fresh air flows in, stale night air moves out, and natural light begins to fill the room. The boundary between inside and outside softens, reminding you that the day has truly begun. Traditional Japanese homes were designed with this connection to nature in mind. Sliding doors, thin walls, and wide openings allowed sunlight and seasonal air to move freely through the space. Even in modern apartments, this habit remains. Light is not just illumination, it is a signal to the body that it is time to be alert. Sunlight helps reset the internal clock, boosts mood, and gently wakes the brain. Instead of harsh, artificial brightness, the morning arrives gradually, almost kindly. You don't feel attacked by the day. You feel invited into it. There is also something symbolic here. Opening the window feels like opening yourself to possibility, to movement, to change. Night is closed behind you. The world is waiting outside. Number 3. A quiet moment before the world rushes in. Before messages start buzzing, before trains fill, before conversations and responsibilities take over, there's often a small pocket of silence. In many Japanese homes, the morning does not begin with immediate activity. It begins with stillness. This might be a few minutes sitting upright on a cushion, hands resting gently, eyes half closed. It might be someone standing at the window, simply watching the sky shift from pale gray to soft gold. Others prepare a cup of tea and drink it slowly without distraction, as if anchoring themselves before stepping into motion. This habit reflects deep cultural influences from Zen Buddhism and traditional practices that value presence over haste. The idea is simple: if the mind starts the day scattered, the rest of the day will follow. But if the mind begins calm, focused, and aware, challenges feel easier to meet. Stillness is not laziness, it is preparation. Like the pause before an orchestra begins, it creates order out of potential noise. In a world that rewards speed, this quiet moment may seem unnecessary. Yet it often becomes the difference between reacting to the day and guiding it. When you allow yourself to arrive fully before acting, you move with intention rather than impulse. Number 4. Gentle movement. In many places, morning exercise is treated like a battle. Loud music, heavy strain, pushing the body from zero to maximum. But the traditional Japanese approach is far softer. The goal is not to exhaust yourself. It is to awaken circulation, flexibility, and balance. Across Japan, especially in schools, offices, and parks, people perform simple routines known as radio taisō. These are light calisthenics practiced for decades, consisting of stretches, arm swings, gentle bends, and controlled breathing. They look almost effortless, yet they gradually warm the muscles and joints, preparing the body for the day's demands. Older adults may walk slowly around the neighborhood. Others stretch beside their futon before folding it away. Even small movements, rolling the shoulders, rotating the neck, flexing the legs, signal to the body that sleep is over. This approach respects the idea that the body needs transition, not shock. When movement begins gently, energy builds steadily instead of crashing later. There is also a quiet discipline in doing something physical before sitting for hours at a desk or commuting on crowded trains. It is a reminder that the body is not separate from the mind. They rise together. Number 5. Breakfast. A simple food that supports the day. A traditional Japanese breakfast looks very different from the sugary pastries or rushed coffee common in many parts of the world. It is not designed to excite the senses for a moment. It is designed to sustain the body for hours. On a typical table, you might find a bowl of steamed rice, grilled fish, miso soup, pickled vegetables, perhaps a small portion of egg or tofu, and green tea. Nothing is oversized. Nothing is overly processed. Each item serves a purpose: protein for strength, fermented foods for digestion, carbohydrates for steady energy, warm liquid for comfort. This balance prevents the sharp spikes and crashes that come from heavy sugar or refined foods. Instead of feeling full and sluggish, you feel nourished but light, ready to move rather than sit in a food coma. There is also a ritual quality to the meal. Even when time is limited, people tend to sit down properly rather than eating while walking or rushing out the door. The act of pausing to eat signals that the day has officially begun. Seasonality plays a role as well. Ingredients change throughout the year, reinforcing awareness of nature's cycles. What you eat connects you not only to your body, but to the time and place you live in. For children, this meal supports concentration at school. For workers, it fuels long commutes and demanding schedules. For older adults, it maintains stability and health. By the time breakfast is finished, the mind is clear, the body is awake, and energy is steady. Number 6. Making decisions. Early preparing the night before. One of the hidden reasons Japanese mornings feel so smooth is that many of the hardest choices have already been made the night before. While others wake up and immediately face questions like, what should I wear? Where are my keys? Did I pack everything? Many Japanese households move through the morning with quiet certainty. Clothes are often laid out in advance, neatly folded or hung where they can be reached without searching. School bags are packed, documents checked, lunches prepared or at least planned. Shoes are placed ready by the entrance. Even small items like train cards, wallets, and umbrellas have designated spots. This habit removes what psychologists call decision fatigue, the mental drain that comes from making too many choices too quickly. When your brain is still waking up, even simple decisions can feel overwhelming. By eliminating them, the morning becomes less about problem solving and more about following a clear path. There is also a deeper cultural value behind this practice. Preparation shows respect for your work, for others' time, and for yourself. It reflects the belief that tomorrow begins today. Parents pass this discipline to children early. Students learn to organize their uniforms and supplies before sleeping. Workers check schedules and weather forecasts so nothing catches them off guard. As a result, the morning unfolds almost automatically. You are not scrambling to assemble your life. You are stepping into a plan that is already waiting for you. And because everything is ready, there is no need to rush out the door at the last possible second. Number 7, respecting time. If there is one thing Japan is famous for, it is punctuality. Trains run to the minute. Meetings start exactly on schedule. Arriving late is not just inconvenient, it can be seen as inconsiderate to everyone else involved. To avoid that stress, many people leave earlier than necessary. It may seem inefficient at first, but it creates a powerful sense of control. Instead of racing the clock with anxiety rising at every delay, you move calmly, knowing you have a buffer. This extra time protects against the unexpected, traffic, crowded stations, sudden rain, or simply walking more slowly than planned. Rather than turning small obstacles into crises, the schedule absorbs them quietly. There is also a psychological benefit. Starting the day in a hurry puts the body into a stress response. Heart rate increases, breathing shortens, attention narrows. But starting early keeps the nervous system calm and steady. You might even arrive with a few minutes to spare, time to sit, observe, review your plans, or simply breathe before work or school begins. That pause can set the tone for everything that follows. In this way, punctuality is not about rigid control. It is about peace of mind. By honoring time, you protect your energy. Number 8, small acts of order. Before stepping out into the world, many Japanese homes perform small acts of tidying that take only minutes but make a lasting difference. Futons are folded and stored away, transforming sleeping space into living space. Blankets are straightened, surfaces are cleared. Sometimes the entrance area is swept, leaving the threshold clean for departure and return. These actions are not about perfection, they are about reset. When you come back later, tired from the day, you are greeted by calm instead of clutter. There is also symbolic meaning here. Restoring order before leaving reflects the idea that the home is a place of renewal, not chaos carried over from yesterday. Shoes are aligned neatly at the door, lights turned off deliberately, space left ready to welcome you back. It is a quiet closing ritual to the morning, a final signal that the day has truly begun, and that you are stepping out prepared, centered, and unburdened. So, what hidden power lies behind this routine? When you look at all these habits together, the Japanese morning doesn't feel easy because people do less. It feels easy because everything supports everything else. Consistent waking stabilizes the body. Light awakens the mind. Stillness centers emotions. Movement energizes. Nourishing food sustains. Preparation removes chaos. Leaving early protects peace. Order creates calm. Nothing dramatic, nothing extreme, just small actions working in quiet harmony. By the time the day truly begins, you are not scrambling to catch up with life. You are already aligned with it. So here's something to think about. If you adopted just 2 or 3 of these habits, how different would your mornings feel a week from now, and which habit would you begin with? If this opened your eyes, share it with someone whose mornings are always rushed, and follow for more deep insights into everyday habits that quietly change everything. Thanks for watching.